everybody, Lorien here, and this is my tarot tips video. But this is not about how to read the cards. This is about how to approach getting a reading from a reader on either a phone line or from one of the great readers on YouTube. Me, it's kind of like, just how is it best to go through a reading? How is it best I can get the best reading out of my selected reader? And I have my list of points here, so hopefully I don't get too rambly. But basically, I've been doing tarot for years. Professionally, as in professionally, on, people who authenticate you on tarot lines, and then you're able to kind of phone readings for people. On them, I've been on about 3 years-ish, and for personal clients and things, I've probably longer. It is longer. And obviously on this website channel thing, it's been about 2 years. So you've only known me for 2 years, really. But yes, I digress already. I've noticed in the vast cornucopia of readers, and some of my great friends are tarot readers and things like that, and we always have, or very often have, the same issues with readings and things like that. As a matter of fact, today I had an issue with somebody on the phone, and it could have been helped, I think, a lot better if, and now this seems like it's putting ownership on the client. It's not really. What it is the energies that we can pick up on, and it would have gone better if I'd been able to connect with the energies a lot better. So, number one, for instance, you've seen a reader and I want a reading from them. I so want a reading from them. You connect with them, or you ring them up, or you go to them in the shop somewhere. What your number one thing is to do is to be open when you go into that reading. You need to approach the reading with a completely open mind as to the information and the manner in which you're going to get it. Now, I'm not saying that tarot readers should be like effing and blinding and being really unprofessional, like with a fag in their mouth and just going, flicking ash at you, or on the phone just sounding really bored and disinterested in what you have to say and just talking gobbledygook at you. No, that is not what I'm saying. That's not acceptable. But what I'm trying to say is that you need to be open as to the way the tarot reader is actually, or the psychic or whoever, is going to have this information and also interpret it. Because it comes in waves. For me, I can only speak on my behalf, but it comes in waves. I get images, flashes, tarot cards resonate with different energies to me, different readings, like meanings change, especially in a reading where there's set positions, is not always going to mean the same thing. So be open as to the information and the type. So if you kind of dabbled in tarot before, I've had this as well. You've got the Ace of Swords, but it doesn't mean what you're telling me. Well, in my interpretation, because it's my personal interpretation, what my spirit guides, what the universe, what the energy is telling me, and what your energy is telling me, is that it means this way. But no, it's not. You're a fraud. Blah blah blah. So, if you do that, A, you're going to piss your tarot reader off, and B, you're not going to get the answers that you want. Forget everything that you think you know about tarot personally when you go in, because the rules will change. Basically, welcome any information that you may not have asked for to a certain degree. So obviously you don't want to know who's going to die, when you're going to die, all the big bad things that are coming through, potentially. Not all the time, but potentially. We could see something that's a little bit distressing, and I will choose to skirt around that subject until they indicate that they want to know, basically. But if there's something big and something shocking in that, just for value, I think that the tarot reader themselves may be doing it for effect. In some cases, it all depends on the delivery. But welcome the information that's coming through. Now, the main reason that I say welcome the information and all the leading things up to this is not everybody. I have to point that out. It's not every client that I have. All my clients from YouTube actually have been stellar. You're absolutely lovely. And I really do love every single one of you. Oh, I'm just getting comfy, which is very hard on the floor. But everybody has been stellar, and I love it. If you're inviting the general public who are just like either drunk or something, and I'll have a tarot reading and all that kind of stuff, you won't normally get. I mean, think that if I have 100 calls a week or 100 readings a week, we're a very busy week. There'll be one or two out of that, so maybe like 2% of people who do this, and it's presuming that they already know what the future's going to bring themselves, and they're just basically calling you up for validation that their own instincts is correct. And if you tell them contradictory things like, well, actually, I don't see that you're going to get that message from him this month, I don't think that's going to happen, don't automatically say to that reader, you're wrong. I think he's going to call me. I think he's going to do this. Well, that won't be able to happen because he went to Geneva last June and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Why are you automatically arguing with what the tarot reader is telling you? If that's what the tarot reader is saying for you, maybe there are things in the universe happening that you don't actually know about. Just a thought, because you're kind of coming to a tarot reader and a psychic saying, does he love me, or will he come back to me, or, you know, will she finally see the light, or will my boss do something. If we say, actually, this is going to happen, don't poo-poo it just because you think it's going to turn out differently. Why come to us if you think you already know the answers? And for instance, it's like people who, love is a very big thing for a lot of people, but if you already think, or if say, how does he feel about me? If you have to ask a tarot reader, then you don't. Just if you have to ask how another person feels about you because they're not coming out with it themselves, that's a big issue. But the main thing that I'm talking about here is that you please, like, as I say, a lot of you are absolutely fine, but for those of you who may need to hear it, do not automatically say, jump in and go, well, that won't happen. That won't happen. That won't happen. You don't know what's going to happen in a few weeks. You don't know for sure. Something could come up that says, oh, hang on, you're not going to go on that holiday to Bermuda. You don't know. Why are you ringing somebody if you already think that you know? It is a very big annoyance of mine because you're not welcoming the information that I'm giving you. Yeah, it may actually contradict some of the things you may already go through, but that's what life does. Life comes along and like, oh, I've got a plan, I'm going to do this, and I think that they're going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Somebody in their family could get ill, God forbid. Somebody could just generally forget to message you. You don't know. So don't presume that you're going to know. Like, don't bother ringing. Just save your money and just don't bother ringing a tarot reader if you're A, not going to bother listening to what they're going to say, and B, not already think that you know what's going to happen, because that's not the way to do it. The second point, this is a little bit of a big one, sorry, shoulder. Don't get a reading if you're in a bad mood or you're pissed off. Don't. I'm going to give you a scenario. Like, somebody's just slammed the door on you and walked out, or your boss has given you a right rollicking in the same day. If you want to know what's going to happen about that, please, by all means, ring up a tarot reader, your favourite consultant, or somebody like that, your spiritual counsellor, and ask them a question. And, you know, I really need to know what's going on, you know, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely fine. But do not ring up a tarot reader or Skype or whatever it is, or ask for a reading through email as well. Oops. Don't do that. And then Hi. Oh, hi. My name's Lorien. Blah blah blah. What's your name? Jenny. Okay. What kind of date of birth? Because the date of birth is a requirement of doing tarot lines. You have to get the date of birth. I'm not just asking you because I'm a nosy cow. I'm asking you because it's a requirement. So, what's your date of birth? No, no. Right. 10th of August. Okay. And how is that going to help you? General reading. Why would you do that? If you were going to a friend, would you do that? Would you be? I don't know why I went that high, but would you be doing that to somebody? Would you be like that rude? And then you go silent for the remainder of the reading. Like 20 minutes is a long time when I'm reading to somebody who's basically the energy coming from you, like the twisted annoyance and like you've got beef with me. Like you've got beef with me. Don't do that. Don't no. Don't do that. Like if you're seething or if you're just in a bad mood or just a cold mood in general or you're just kind of annoyed with life because you think that life isn't going your way and it tramples on you and everything and you're angry, don't give it to us. We want to help. We don't want to be your punching bag because that's what it feels like. If I pick up the phone and I'm ready to give, tuned in and ready to give somebody a reading and you're just kind of like snapping answers, don't, please. It ruins the mood. It ruins the reading for you. You're wasting your money if you do that because the reader on the other end of the phone is probably going to be like, whoa, shackles up. And they might not, I'm not speaking for everybody, but they might not get the best information for you because you've got your shields down. And part of the reason of tarot reading is I love it when I have readings, including people from YouTube. Excuse me, I'm getting it. I love it when I get readings from YouTube or on the phone and things, and they're laughing or hi, and just kind of, just, or even if it's like hello, or normal. But normal talking, that's perfect. Like, you don't have to tell me your life history. You do not have to tell me 15,000 things that happened. That's okay. I don't mind. You can if you want to. But 20 minutes does go by fast if you're chatting to me and I'm not chatting to you, because then you won't get a reading. But it's that I love chatting to people, having a conversation, engaging in a conversation. And if you trickle information to me after I've given you some information, then I can focus in on that. And it's like a backwards and forwards. It's an energy conversation. It's so even if you go, yeah, or all right, I can pick up on that and I can feed more. It's like feeding the beast. I can feed it. But if you're going, yeah, general reading. Like I had somebody just before I did these readings, these videos, and I'm not going to give a name or anything, but she was asking for whether she would be in a relationship by the end of October, in a committed relationship. So I was saying, yeah, and I was identifying the potential partner that was coming in, and I was saying, yes, I do see you being in a relationship, but the fact is that this person, they'll have to be very communicative with you because I think they've got their guard up, and I think that blah blah blah, whatever it was, and she interrupted me within about 5 minutes, which is fine. Absolutely, I welcome questions. But she interrupted me to say, there's no person in my life at the moment. Who are you going on about? I'm like, well, the person you're going to be in a relationship or potentially being in a relationship by the end of October. Because like I've been saying to you, I think that they'll need to work on it. It depends what you mean by serious relationship. Like, do you expect a marriage proposal? Do you just want a commitment? What is it that you want? You'll have to talk it out with them. Well, I don't know anybody. See, this is what I'm going on with. I don't know anybody. And then in the weird thing, I said, well, I know that, but I'm just kind of telling you the people that are coming in, whoever it is that comes in, blah, blah, blah. And so she deigned to say, what cards have you got there, Lorien? Like it was a challenge. Like, what cards have you got? Like, it's not recommended a lot of the time on tarot lines, depending on who you're with. to tell people the cards, because if you say you've got the death card here, they'll scream and run away. No, that's not happened to me yet, but it's like that kind of thing. And it's just like, okay, so I reeled off, I thought, screw it. I reeled off all the cards that she had, about 10. And she went quiet. And then she said, okay, well, thank you very much, Lorien. And basically put the phone down. But it was thank you very much, Lorien, in a weird way. Like, fake way. And I just don't get it. Like, why did you ask me for all the cards? Are you a reader yourself? Then please enlighten me as to your interpretation of the cards. This is going back straight back to the first instance. Like, it will be different for every single reader, I would say. Unless they take it very literally, then yeah, it's kind of that's what it's going to be. It's an interpretation. It's a psychic interpretation. But she was very direct and wanted to know the cards. Maybe even to test that I had actually pulled some cards out and I wasn't just talking out my arse, which I never do. So I don't know what her problem was, but that's the classic example of a very antagonistic, blocked reading, that she's not accepting the information. She's not what she wants to hear, even though she wanted to know about whether she was in a relationship in October, and just kind of ruining the reading for herself and for me. Because I'm in this because I love tarot reading. So please welcome readings. Now the third one, and then I kind of touched on this, so I'll do it very briefly. Interact with the reader. Tell them bits. You don't have to tell, again, don't tell them my story. Don't feed them information. Well, I'm moving house in June. Oh, I could have picked that up on the cards. But also, this feeds in. So yes, no, okay, cool. Interaction. Oh, that's funny, isn't it? You know, you're right. You're right. I just did this the other day. Tell us when we're right. And also tell us when you want to know something more. Tell us when we've hit the nail on the head. We love that. Tell us when something surprised you, or, you know, just ask questions, interact with us. We love it. We do. We honestly love interacting with you. You don't have to feed us information and then like, oh, well, I'm fancying Dan who's blonde. Funny, I just saw a blonde guy. You know, you don't do that. But this leads into the other thing. If you get a tarot reading, do not test us. Do not test us. Like, it annoys me so much. This is another one of my bugbears. Like, I want to see what you get first, and then I'll see if you know, it's like, I want to see what you pick up. Like, no, don't do it. I can't even explain how it comes about. Sorry, I just had an incident where the camera knocked over. But the issues I think that come through a lot are, for instance, when this person comes through or something like that, and they're like, I want to see what you get first. Like, I have a situation with my mother, what's that going to be like? Or I have a situation, tell me what it is. Or what's the name of my current partner? Just to see if we get. It doesn't work like that for everybody. We get information that A, Spirit want us to know, B, the energies that you provide can give to us, and C, the psychic impulses that we get from the universe coming down that can sometimes really sudden surprise me. So we don't do it like, boom, magic trick, magic trick, magic trick. Ooh, yeah, what? Date of birth, boom, gone. We don't do it like that. So please do not test us. Do not test us. Which brings me to my last point, you'll be glad to know. Which is, if you're calling for a reading, it's only my bugbear, because I have spent 10 minutes giving people information on request of a general reading. I don't like general readings because you've called a tarot reader for a reason. You are wondering about something for a reason. You have a need for a reading. It's not just for shits and giggles. Like, oh, I'll see what's coming up in June. Why, you know, there's got to be a reason for you to call somebody and spend your money and kind of connect with them, you know? Ask for life advice and all that kind of stuff. So if you're calling a reader, don't just go see what comes up. Because I can tell for those who are genuinely saying, I'm really just interested in where my energy's going and I just want a general reading, compared to the ones who, just a general reading please. And they're kind of testing if you can pick up on their situation and if you get the relevant information. So I can be spending 10 minutes, like I say, on request of a general reading, and the information that I'm giving them is nothing to do with the reason they rang up. So I could be telling them about career and about a person coming in the career or family, and they want to know what's happening with Betty or Dave who left them 2 weeks ago. If you want to know what happened or what's going to happen with that, tell me. Tell me that that's what you want to know. Don't let me go around the Wrekin and spend 10 minutes telling you things you're not even bothered about. Just to halfway through go, actually, I was hoping that you'd pick up on. Because if I ask the cards, give this person general information about what to expect over the course of the next few months, they will give you what you need to know. But if you, for instance, ask me a general directions to pick up on, please pick up on love interest or love life, I'll say, what do you need to know about love life? It won't be expanded into general shite, like, well, on Tuesday you're going to get a parcel, you know, and you won't be bothered, or you're going to get a letter from the council who is going to replace your bins. Why would you want to ring up somebody and know about that? So it's basically, I am aware this reading is going on, this video, sorry, it's going a little bit long, but just don't be the type of person on a reading that you would not want to read for. Like, if you were in my position, if you had some snappy person who was testing you and wanted a general reading and who actually had a hidden question and who also already thought they knew what was going to happen because they consulted their own tarot cards in their own way and was telling you everything like that and everything that I was, you would be annoyed. You would be so annoyed. And I am so lucky that I have regular clients and I have people on YouTube or from YouTube and people like that who do not give me this experience. I work for you guys. I am there at your bequest. I am there at your complete disposal for whatever you need. Spells, numerology, whatever. And I'm so lucky that so many people, like 98% of people, do not do this. But the 2% come out often enough that I really worry that it's kind of going to spread into other things. And so please, if you want a reading, this is my advice basically. Don't do everything, anything. If you're pissed off, don't get a reading unless you can actually calm down beforehand. If you're angry, don't spout it at the reader. It's not the reader's fault. Like, I can say, well, he does feel very sorry about such and such. And if you come back to me immediately going, and just spout, well, he has every right to be sorry, blah, 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 blah. It's like, I'm not going to tell him what you're saying to me. I have nothing to do with him. I'm just relaying information. So, well, he should be sorry, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine, right, but he's sorry, so just, that kind of, if you're in that position, I'm sorry for you, because obviously it's really, really rattling nerves and things, and I don't wish that on anybody. But please don't take it out on tarot readers. We're just here to help, and the best way to get a tarot reading is to be open. It's to be positive. It's to interact with your reader. It's to ask questions when you need to or when you feel like it. It's to engage and be open to the information. Like, if you didn't know that something was going to happen in 3 weeks' time, fine. That's what we're here for. But if you already think you need to know, then don't bother with us. Because we can spend that time on somebody else and you can save your money until you're ready to actually have and engage with a tarot reader in maybe a more positive manner. But my legs are going to sleep now. And probably some of you are as well, because me ranting about tarot reading, you know, is not everybody's cup of tea. But I just wanted to get it out there as to tarot tips, how not to have a reading, basically. And as I say, it's not for everybody. This is a viewpoint from an experienced tarot reader here, a tired sometimes tarot reader, especially when I'm in the phone for several hours a day. Just don't, worry about what this person is going to tell you. That's another thing. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. If they're worth their salt, they will not tell you anything evil or tell you that you're cursed. That's another thing. If they tell you you're cursed, run, because they're not. They're not anything apart from after your money. The actual curse is you thinking that you're cursed. So don't worry about that. But anyway, I'll leave you now. Wake my legs up and try and cool down because it's still really, really hot. But yeah, I hope this was somewhat helpful to you guys. I'll try and edit out the camera toppling off my head. And yeah, I love you all. Thank you so much for commenting and subscribing. If you want a reading from me, I've got an Etsy shop and Patreon and website down below, so just let me know. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope to speak to you soon.